The Barracks.
Was home when you left. You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. I left my home. I left my home. Johnny on.
Action.
Another week, another month, another year,
Here we go again.
another episode. Back.
The Barracks is back again.
Hey, man, it's been a minute.
Hey, man, let's get to it. Got lots to
Get
talk
to it.
about, you know what I'm saying?
Whole lot to talk about.
Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the ways and the code of masculinity. Never at any point should the feminine imperative affect my decision-making capacity.
Ah, bless up. You sound so cooler when you say it, though.
Hey?
You sound cooler when you say it. I say it aggressively. Shit makes people mad.
We like the dark and light, man. We move differently. But our outcomes are always in line with each other. So
Of course.
what's good, dog?
Oh, I know it's good, man. Happy New Year, man. Just tell it
we
out,
out here, dog.
Oh.
2022.
We made it, nigga. Hey, nobody was touching the goal for a minute.
I was ready to clock out of 2021, dog.
But now, I feel like the niggas kept it right, man. So, you know, that should be motivation to, you know, go harder, you know, with
It
the
does,
new year.
yeah, it doesn't really feel like a new year, even. You know, that weird feeling. You know?
It's just back to regular scheduled program.
Right.
You know?
It just felt like it was the weekend and now it's Monday again. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, we alive. We still here. We gotta go again this year. So
Yeah, we're back, man. Back with the vengeance, as they say. You know, I think this year we live and do it better than we did last year. You know, and I feel like a lot of people don't like that.
yeah, no, we know you folks don't like us, but it's fine, dog. We keep going. You know. Boy, I'm not. It's just that the spaces that we're in is a popularity contest. The climate in the country we're in is a popularity contest. You know, so that's why we're not at the top of the poll when it comes to that.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, because any person that tells the truth is never the most popular person in any situation. You know, so there's that. You know, and then there's also what we'll be talking about, I guess, fundamentally, which is predicated upon those ideologies and how certain people are treated. There's a statement that people like to say when they say, there's no sympathy for winners. You know, the person that's the best will always have a target on their backs. You know, they'll never be the most liked person.
it's impossible.
You know, so hey, yeah, the chat is about that, you know, but we'll get to that later. You know, let's just recap, man. I know you say you don't want to talk about 2021,
Yeah,
but we need to touch a little bit on 2021.
Yeah,
Because we had quite the interesting year, man.
true. I think with Barracks on its own, it was just, you know, there's a whole thing on its own, away from everything else. That we're doing your stuff at work, shit that I'm doing in my work. So it was just losses and lessons, dog.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm sure. I think sometimes when you don't get the outcomes you want repeatedly, you don't see.
You don't see the W's.
Yeah, you don't see the W's. Even if shit is, some things are going well, but because it's not
what you want
you're looking
to the
for,
standard.
you'll see fault in what you're doing.
Yeah, when I was through Peter, man, because as the year was about to clock, I was tired, dog, exhausted even. You know, with everything and everyone, it was just like, yo, fuck, dog.
Yeah.
You know, which is weird now when I think about it, because I just made a couple of decisions a couple of weeks ago, and everything's different now, even in terms of how the universe is responding to the decisions that I have made. Right, so there's a little bit of optimism now.
Okay.
It's like, also because I've concluded, I've made certain conclusions about people and the climate and how to move, right?
Yeah.
So the things that used to vex me will not vex me anymore.
Yeah, no. Last year was too much vexness going on, dog.
It's shocking, dog. It's shocking. You know, when you try and psychoanalyze what's about and you're like, no, this can't be it. This is not real, you know. But then I put it on a record where I'm like, yo, the truth is stranger than the fiction, bro. You know, because it's like, yo, this is actually it. That's just it. You can't get away from it. You can't get around it.
Yeah.
Yo, wow.
Yeah.
Damn. You know, but then now you don't want to go around and insulting people and making them feel like they're peasants or anything like that because of how they think and how they behave.
Well, yeah, dog. Again, that's the basis of I mean, some of the chat today.
Yeah.
Because now when you have that complex, it's like, because they know you win too much, so you know and you see everything and understand everything before it plays out. So
you know what I mean? And people think that's also comfortable for us, Ganzi. That's not the case. It's also uncomfortable for us. As it is uncomfortable for them, it's uncomfortable for us. Because now we prejudge a lot. By just gauging certain things real quick. It's like, yo, 1-2 seconds, like, I already know where this is going.
right.
And every time I'm right, it reinforces that prejudging mentality. You know, so now you find yourself not allowing yourself to get into certain situations because you called something too quickly. Ganzi, it may have not been that. You know, but you know, typically, if something happens 8 out of 10 times, that's the standard.
That's the
We don't account for the 2.
Let's not argue for the 2. Yeah, I think we are a society that likes to argue for the exception.
No, but only when it fits your narrative at the time.
Facts. Yeah.
And I've noticed, that's always the case. If you're calling some bullshit out and you're right, the exception will come in.
Yeah, but not all.
Ganzi, flip it. You're not allowed to be the exception or communicate the exception or the anomaly of whatever is being discussed. So let's be like the society, dog. And I won't lie, last year it exhausted me. Like, it really frustrated me, stressed me out, because I'm like, yo, I'm naturally a social person. So I'm like, yo, I have to deal with you guys. And I want to deal with you guys in a way that works for me and works for you as well. But clearly, it's not going to work. Someone is going to have to bend the knee. Or we're just not going to coexist. Somebody's going to have to remove themselves from this situation. And I'm happy that a lot of people did that. With the blocking and the whatever. It's like, yo, just inject yourself in the situation. Because you can't take it. Alright? But I'm like, okay, cool. That's fair. But also, tricky. Because, I mean, the interaction would be had at some point.
With these people that blocked you?
A whole lot of them too. A whole lot of them too.
Yeah,
especially in our country, bro.
Yeah, you can't escape everyone.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You remember the time we laughed about that other situation with the homies? It's like, yo, really? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, because with broads it's different, ironically. With broads the energy is different. Because with the homies feeling, I was like, yo.
No, but you ran into a brother that blocked you.
You see what I mean? Yeah. The energy is different. Because now it's like, yo, shit, now she's gonna act a certain way that doesn't reflect on the TL.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then y'all see the TL and you think that's that. But then again, I think now I'll use Dave Chappelle's words. It's, man, it's not a real place. It's not a real place. But then, I noticed this. The people that react the way, the people that are extreme when they react are the people that believe it to be a real place because that's the only place they exist. Yeah, but everyone who's a real person in real life can maneuver in the space because they're a person in real life and an important person in real life. But if you're nobody in real life and Twitter's all you got, trust me, you're going to protect your Twitter. You'll try by all means to make sure that you're shining on Twitter because you ain't shit in real life. Yeah, boy. And you see, I mean, top of the year, I'm already out here making these cool statements, but it's a fact. Because I'm somebody in real life.
Right.
Yeah, well, they will hear that though.
But
Nah, let me not start this episode with the intensity, man.
Yeah.
I'm changing my ways this year, man. I'm drinking less. You can see I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
I got the fucking dust coat on, so this is it's an indicator to the mothers. But I'm a nicer guy now. I'm on site gang, so the e-wallet might just come out.
Yeah, you got caught for an e-wallet last year, so the timeline caught you. They were loving it, dog. They were eating it up, So, yeah.
I think this year I might be a little bit more full time on that, Just be that guy, be a normal human being, and not be the douchebag that people think I am.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man.
Changing my ways, man. I'm cleaning up my act, because I was borderline becoming the misogynist that they say I am, apparently.
Really?
No, because at some point I was really vexed. I was like, no, you know what? Good bandula. There's figure that I'm like, nah, there's no way. Bandula. Even now, it's a bit touch and go.
I'm still there. Ironically, that picture comes up. I'm still there, dog. Boy.
Dog.
It's like,
The thing is, dog, it's disheartening. Like I was explaining to baby girl yesterday, I'm like, yo, more than anything, it's disheartening. So it's not that we do this content because we wanna be assholes or whatever. It's like, yo, we're in a very peculiar position where the people that not only must we coexist with, we must vibe with, are just not cooperating in any capacity.
I think the only is we expect the cooperation. Like I was saying to you just before we started shooting, I'm not expecting much from
But you see, that's the thing then that slowly leads you to the blackmail, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, eventually it's just like, hey,
going to a dark place. Guys, again, it's going to be that argument of not everyone, not all, right? That's the argument.
But
that's my thing. Most.
But banga. Okay, I won't lie. Today I was speaking to someone. More on the good side, I won't lie. Yeah. But unfortunately, I don't have access to that. Okay. So I'm sitting alone. It's just someone I know. I guess that's for hope now to say at least Lenvoling Ifunago exists. But it's not for me to consume. But it exists. So I guess that in itself is a little bit of hope to say, hey, maybe you find something that you can actually consume it for yourself.
Yeah.
But, dog. Because here's how it starts. First, it's like, okay, hands are what. And then you keep having interactions with them. And then you start thinking, no, man. And I want to say something else, so I had to phrase that in a politically correct way. Right? Yeah. So now you get there, it's like, okay, cool. You don't like how they think. If they think at all. And then you're like, okay, fine, then they don't think. I don't like how they think, whatever the scenario is. Then you objectify them then. It's like, okay, you know what? Bums. Only bums. That's when you start being an asshole now. Because now when it's just bums for you, you never give them any of the things they want. So they never get to win with you now because you're just like, bums or no bums? No bums, okay. You know what I mean? Then you become that guy. Yeah. Then the next extreme is, you know what? Entirely.
To all of you.
Filat, Mashatang.
Yeah.
Shea on the land with black pill. Yeah, so there's a process, bro, and I was seeing myself, it's okay, I'm safely in the middle. I need to stay in the middle because I can't go back that way.
Red and black?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like on some now it's like, there's nothing. I'm not expecting anything good on their part, right? So already that's bad because then you're gonna treat them with contempt, and then that's when the misogyny comes in, because now it's like really you don't rate them as humans entirely, which is wrong. I don't want to be that guy. I genuinely don't want to be that guy. But then I can't also go back all the way that side because it's like a spiritual awakening. Once you're awakened, you can't go back. Once your third eye is open, you can't go back. So now there's that issue also. It's like, yo, I can't be naive as well.
Don't be naive.
I can't be stupid as well.
It's like that thing you told me on 2 days ago on Twitter with the couple and the guy was asking me how long you've been dating and whatever.
You see what I mean?
Yo, dog. Hey.
Yo, and everyone's reacting to that shit, dog.
Yeah.
All the homies in the space. It's like, yo, because that's a real thing.
Yeah, it
That's a
happens
real
more
thing.
often. It's just that, we don't see it as often. Because someone will come along and say, it's a once-off thing, then really. It's like, yo, looking at these couples, you're not actually talking to them. You're not actually seeing them in a space where no one knows them.
Yeah.
You're just asking about the relationship. So I'd say, come by.
Yeah.
Or it's just in my phone.
I'm thinking, man, this is a maybe isolated incident.
Yeah.
What were the chances of Mutahlangane nale couple particularly? You see what I mean? So that in itself should kind of like show you, it's not as random as you think it is. Yeah, but it's a 3 out of 5.
I hear that.
You see what I mean? It's a 3 out of 5. Because all the videos that I've seen of that homie, there's always an issue. It's just that now the difference was how cold this chick was in her response.
She didn't care.
Yeah, well. Oh, but it's like that other one was getting shots same time.
Which one is that? Oh. yeah. Hey,
no.
Yeah.
You can't make that up. That happened. Nigga got that shit on tape. Shit happened. Yeah, boy, and I was watching another one just today, actually. Yeah, I think the past 2 weeks have been tense. That's why I let black. It's like, like our structure. Yeah. Like they have the girls on that side, they have the dudes on that. Like it's bad.
I've seen that.
Yes, my nigga.
So they put me onto it. What's it called, Japan? It's a UK one, right?
It's a UK one, yeah.
It's got the girls on this side and the guys on
the
the
side. Room full of them, dog. Yo.
Yeah.
So now
the hands just chat shit, bro.
Dog. This hand flat out J was on a mad one, dog. On some I ain't trying to work, bruh. My last dude just paid off my student loans, bruh. Like Jay on that, like, yo, bruh, me, I won't even buy you a fucking birthday present. I'm your present. That kind of energy, dog. And I'm like, yo, so this one body gets vexed, bruh. He's like, nah, bruh. Everything you're saying, you as a hand, you're useless. You don't do shit, you can't do shit, you're useless. He was vexed. So now, the other homie's like, okay, cool, bruh. Because you want to live off niggas and be that girl, it's chilled. Say now you get a man's, and then for whatever reason, God forbid, we are limala wasako span. What you gonna do? Get another one. Dog. Now here's the thing. Even as she says it so calmly, so focused and so serious. It's like, no, like that's just my only cause of action at that point. Even her home girl is shocked at that time, and I'm like, yo, why is motherfuckers shocked?
Yeah.
You know how Steph reacts to things. Just like, yo, but I was like, yo, exactly. They're giving you the game right here. You're seeing the shit live. Yeah. Why then do you want to feel a type of way and think, there's any hope for the O's?
What's this book? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. You're not special, bro. Yeah. There's a chapter in there. You're not special, dog. You're not. Even if you're making a belly, you're not special.
You're not special.
She's dog. I saw a video yesterday of like a compilation. I think that's what made it hurt. It was a compilation of army veterans, dog, coming home. Come home and all of them, their wives are cheating on them. It's not even like you see evidence maybe on the text. Find the niggas in your house, bro.
Yo, of course, nigga, you've been deployed, you've been gone for a couple of years, bro.
You see what I mean? So now my thing is, if you're all the way there doing the Lord's work, because you're literally doing the Lord's work, you're not special. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're making. It doesn't matter what you set up for them. It really doesn't matter. The money's gonna come.
And I got her. She needs some services, bro.
Yeah. But I think going forward, because you just said something very key there, we shouldn't get to the black pill side. Can we now, this year, because we're going to do more of this, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But can we now bring solutions to some of these issues? Can we now be more positive?
Eish, bro. My thing is, I'm always trying to, but I want to hear that. Because to bring solutions, we must identify the problem.
Yeah.
No, this is actually a problem.
Yeah.
Now the issue is,
Yeah.
you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, okay, cool. You don't see it as a problem. I even have a certain way that I behave to things like that. Like, if you don't see anything wrong with what you're doing, without me having to tell you, safe. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, you don't see anything wrong with this. Alright, cool. Done. Because I can't reason with you beyond that. It's like, you don't see which of these things wrong. What can I say to you?
What can I say to you?
Yeah, bro. So now I'm at that point where he's like, okay, you know what? You guys don't want to listen. And I'm the mad guy that's just busy chanting, always angry. Because Imadas was saying that same thing yesterday. Like, what's up, yo? The thing is, when you always pinpoint what's wrong with the other person, it makes you come across as better. Right? And I'm like, okay, bet. I'll take that. I'll really accept that. But I'm like, yo, I also point out what's wrong with me, though. So doesn't that tip the scale and balance everything out? We point out what's wrong with everyone. What everyone should be doing to get to a position where they have the society that they want to live in. Or maybe people want to live in a different society. That's fine also. Tell us then the kind of society that you want to live in. Because the issue, the whole thing was starting in by masculinity. Which no man except we are did in a sense like that. That's it. The whole premise of the channel was that which okay, it's in a sense like that is the O's. So let's speak to the O's. It's like the O's be faced. And as we are speaking to the O's, now Hans man, just tell him what's understanding that cool. Yeah, well, I'll go on the TL now, boy. There's gonna be some shit that we have to do. And it's like, okay, cool, we have to do this. What do you have to do?
Thanks.
Yeah, well, meet me halfway, bruh. Meet me halfway. I can't be moving mountains just to be with you when all you have to do is exist.
Yeah, the mountains.
You see what I mean?
I'm not on it.
You know what I mean, dog? It's like, no, it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair. And it's not practical. And it's not sustainable.
You don't want to hear that.
You see what I mean? It's like, no. It's like that same video with those UK motherfuckers. It's the whole chat of niggas being vexed with bruh, you just want to be taken care of. It's money, everything. And then the shaming tactic comes through of, nah, it's only the niggas without the pop that's saying
Of course.
No. It gets tricky. Like one of the big homies say, my nigga, I ain't gonna shout him out, but yeah, he's gonna know eventually. We won't shout him out once the channel is bigger. He was saying, yo, when he was reacting to that video, he was saying, yo, you don't, what was the statement? I want to quote him. But basically the statement was, yo, you can't tell someone they don't deserve something they are getting, regardless of why and how they are getting it.
Yep.
You see? So now then this brings a bigger chat about the money thing and the O's. When we are vexed about the guap thing, when you, context-wise, I'm valid, they'll be like, oh, okay, it's because you don't have money. And if they have that on value, you have to concede. But no, that's not the point. The idea is that other Bali is a boss. And he's got the guap. So he's going to do it for you. So then you're going to think you're entitled to it, you deserve it. You are worth that when you're not. Because someone is going to do it for you because they are weak in their capacity. It's like these famous niggas, these rich niggas that fucking settle with these tricky broads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you're white, dog. You've got options. You know, case in point, our homie, big homie Will. You know what I mean? Like, why are you in that situation?
Yeah.
Ben Affleck now, back with J-Lo. Why?
I seen that.
You see what I mean? It's like, dude, like, you good. You can get whatever you want, but now you're not gonna see it. Yeah, but and I can't preach. Would see always must get rid of the blue pill and take the red pill. We can't all take the red pill, unfortunately. And fuck, dog, I would even suggest that niggas don't take that damn red pill. Honestly, dog, just die nicely, dog, in oblivion. You will die.
I don't know about them not taking it.
The issue is, I think the reason, like, niggas that take the red pill, we get mad because it's liswangibo. Because they haven't taken the red pill now, it's like, fuck. The issue will always be, someone will do it. If there's always someone that will do it, it's over. It's over. It's like us with the shows. As the artists, as Swazi artists, like, yo, they don't want to pay you. That means no one should perform, no one should ever go. If we set a price, we say maybe the price is like 4 bricks. And then they come through, like, give me about like extra 0.5 clipper, then I take it.
I'm going.
Done.
Kills the industry.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what these niggas do to us.
Facts.
Yeah, boy. Man, just saying, man, and it's bad, dog. It's bad.
Yeah.
But what are we gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it? That's a good question. What are we gonna do about it? Because we've got 10 months, dog. 11 months to get through.
I'll have it sorted in 6. My plan is foolproof, bro. I'll have it sorted out in 6. I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Shit, dog. This wasn't even the chat, dog. We just had to digress all the way there just because, you see, too much built up energy, dog. You haven't shot for like, what, 2 months?
2 months,
yeah,
dog.
The energy's been too... Because the thing is, the whole time I've been living, dog, like, certain things have been happening. I'm like, yo, bro, is this even real, bro? Like, shit like this still happens, you know?
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of this shit in, dog, and I wanted to communicate it. But anyways, man. Then again, going back to the topic at hand, no sympathy for winners. I think, in a twisted way, it will always connect because we are in a position to say what we're saying. That's the issue. That's the first issue. We are in a position to say it.
Yeah.
Second issue, you provided your own resources to actually do it. That's why when they try to cancel you or put you in a certain state of mind by Hulega, because you don't need anything from them technically. They hate that. And then you do something good though. Outside of Barracks, something good for whatever space that you're in, something that's actually good, that the people need, and they still hate.
Oh, dog.
You see what I mean?
That was happening the whole year.
Dog.
It was happening the whole year.
And I won't even lie, dog. It even hurt me watching it from the sideline. I'm like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
But then again, because I'm used to it, like, because I know all the key players, so it's like, yo, this is what these niggas do, though. You know what I mean? So it wasn't shocking, but it was disappointing still, because now we finally had something that could work for everyone as a collective. But because you still have your personal agendas, you hate it. The whole year of that shit, though.
Of course, yeah. It's dog. Like I said, there's a lot to forget. And look, that's not going away. That's not going to stop. I'll tell you that now. It doesn't matter, you know.
Again, that leads to more hate. Because it's that energy of, either way I'm doing this, it's gonna happen. You can't control it. People hate that because that means your resources are sufficient to sustain whatever it is you're doing without their support. That shit hurts, bro. That shit hurts. As a commoner, and these niggas is actually doing it. And you already don't like them personally. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not going to survive that. But then now my question is, why? Why do we hate winners? So do you want niggas to lose? What do you want?
I don't know.
Or you want your niggas to win? But your niggas are not as good.
That's another thing, dog. Yeah, but that's another thing, because you see, when we're consuming content, whatever it is, and that's why in my pinned tweet, that's why I put it up there, because it's like, yo, the more we condone
the mediocrity
and support,
yeah,
you know, if we don't get behind the best of the industry / society that we're involved in will continue to enjoy mediocrity. And unfortunately, Swaziland's like that.
But the thing is, are we enjoying the mediocrity though?
No. That was a sarcastic way of me saying,
true.
Enjoy it, because this is what you're choosing.
Anyway.
This is what you want. Right? This is what you want. Yeah, well, so, the winners gotta keep doing what they're doing and hopefully they get a break elsewhere or in another way.
Yeah, because it has to be in another way or elsewhere.
But
looking at the climate the way it is.
Dog.
Well, just yesterday, Jay, I sent the homie records, and then he hits me. He's like, "Yo, nigga, you hiding shit, dog. When the streets is hungry, feed the streets." And I realized, I was like, "No, bruh, you know what? At some point, I gave up on my people." I was just like, "Nah."
Yeah, I hear you.
You don't deserve me. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm reluctant because I've got the heaters right now. I got the heaters right now.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, for what? For what? Now, everything that I have to do it for me. So I have to find a selfish reason to do some of the shit that I must do. Ganzi, I never think like that. I've never been a person who is selfish when I do things. It's always about the other people. It's like, yo, this is important. It must be done. And it's my job to do it. So I'll do it. But now I'm just like, nah, you don't deserve me. And that's it. That's why the music's not out. So, nah, it won't work for me.
Crazy.
That's it. Yeah, well, the only reason Barracks is different in terms of how it makes me feel is because I get to speak my mind. I don't have to be creative in any capacity.
Yeah.
I don't have to pen it and structure it. It's just me going off and speaking the truth in a way that other people can hear it. You know what I mean? There's nothing technical around it. It's just facts, truth, and vibes. Because we reason like this off camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, cool.
Yeah,
this is easier.
It's not scripted.
This they can have. Also, they need this more than they need the music. The music is to entertain. This is to teach and grow.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's just like,
yeah.
let's focus on what's important. Then hopefully my heart will soothe. Sometime soon I'll feel like, okay, I can give my people something now. But otherwise, as it stands, I'm just like, man, screw you.
Yeah. It's tricky, man. We've got a long year ahead of us.
Dog. 6 months, bro.
Yeah.
Capping this thing at 6 months, gonna be done.
You reckon?
Yeah, dog. The victories will be different this year.
They have to be.
No, I'm telling you, we're catching W's this year. You see how those L's felt last year? This year the W's gonna feel different.
Yeah. And someone was actually saying to me, no, these L's are only L's because you know about them. I think that's another thing that is also still in my mind. It's like, there's an L and other people are not. I say, what else you talking about?
Yeah.
You guys did 1, 2, 3. What are you complaining about, Yabo?
But then again, you see, it goes back to the commitment to quality on your side. It's no, things must happen like this.
Right.
This is the quality. Let's see, if it's not that, it's a no. So because they're used to the mediocrity, it's like, yo, this was very good. It's like, no, not according to the standards that actually matter. Yeah, and so because I see it all the time, bro. Like, going back to the initial point that I made about how the nobodies in real life are the somebodies on Twitter, it's that disconnect. It's like, yo, how is this building the game? How is this helping the game? Because if you are somebody on Twitter, then be a proper somebody, advocate for the things that are actually happening in real time.
You just said something there when you said all these nobodies. There's a record on, for me personally, the album of the year last year, my favorite album last year, We're All Alone in This Together. By Dave. So there's a track 4 on the album, it's called In the Fire. It's like maybe 6 rappers on there. No hook. Just
think it's spazzy.
Pass the mic. And this one guy says, I'm done trying to be somebody to these nobodies.
Yeah.
And that's, unfortunately, as a winner, sometimes that's the mentality you gotta have, because you know that what you're doing is way more important than some of these opinions, dog.
I think for me, I won't lie, it took me a long time to get to that point because I'm generally a nice person, so I like being liked. So now when it turns out, no, bro, people don't like you.
Don't like you.
I'm like, how? But why? Genuinely, like, why?
Yeah.
How am I, you know? And then I'm like, oh, okay. It's a you problem. Oh, I'm safe.
Okay.
And then I switched off, disconnected there and there. Because I was like, all the Twitter interactions, like how I'm perceived as this guy, I'm like, yo, but who's saying that? Because whoever is somebody, we can have civil interactions, even if they don't like me. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, you.
Exactly.
Go for that, yeah.
But nangabe all the way on the other side, vele le existence ya mitaknyanyis. Why don't you then become somebody yourself instead of hating on me for being somebody? Dog, last year, dog, I caught like one of the, I guess that could be my highlight actually of last year. I caught a W in a space that I don't even like to be in or I'm really happy about. But I was catching W's here and there, and then catching L's here and there. But the W that I caught affects everything else. Right? So that was a major W. Like, that's how I kept my year. That was a major W. Like, I'm sitting here right now, I'm just thinking, like, this year's going to be interesting. Just because of that W.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So it's like,
right.
yo, then why should I be bothered about how you feel about the truth that I speak? Yeah. Because you see, it would be one thing if I was here being a clown and doing things for clout as all these other guys do. That would be one thing. But if I'm just out here doing what needs to be done and you still hate me for that, see, I ain't as a country. Yeah, bro. And you remember, Pella, this is consistent. This is not the first time niggas are winning. The only difference now was Barracks that was inserted into the space. But this is consistent. You can rewind. As further back as you want.
The track record is
Like literally as further back as you want, you can rewind. Winning.
hectic.
Yeah, well. But hey, again, no sympathy for winners, dog. So I guess the overall message is don't be too focused and excited about winning, because it comes with a lot of shit that you may not want to deal with. Right? Had what was happening last year happened to me like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I would have been out of it. I wouldn't have been able to take it. Like the whole resistance of not understanding why people are hating on you or whatever. You know. So don't get too caught up on trying to win. Also understand that winning comes with a couple of L's in other aspects of your life.
Yep.
You know, I had to learn that the hard way. The real hard way. It's no, bruh. This shit gets real. Number 1. Number 2, don't be a loser.
Understanding, dog.
Don't be those other guys.
Don't be that, dog.
Don't be those guys.
You gotta work, bro.
Yeah, man.
Work to become somebody. Work to become successful somewhere, dog.
Just-
'Cause
For the simple reason that no sympathy for women, no sympathy for winners, no sympathy for men as well. Because no man is loved unconditionally for just existing.
you've been said that.
You are loved based on function. So you must be useful to society. And if you're useful to society, chances are you'll be desirable / useful towards women. If you don't want to work, at least work for that. No hand is going to smack you if you're a swako.
Hey, dog.
You know what I mean? Just work for that at the very least.
No softness.
Yeah, well, I don't want this to be the motivation for my people to work. But realistically and practically, it's the only way you're going to win. So that means, as a Bali, have something that the hand values or desires. Otherwise, it's over. It's over, dog. Yo. No, dog. Like, niggas don't understand how fucked up it is how a lot of niggas are not getting action and they're just not seen by society.
Thanks, yeah.
You're just in the background, dog. I'll die. No action, like nothing, dog. Like no one's feeling you, nothing.
Zero.
Nah.
Feeling for what?
Gotta work.
What have you done?
You can be the ugliest man in the world, but if you have money, at least 1 foot in the game.
Yeah.
Come through with a little bit of charisma. Safe. Safe. Be somebody, dog. As for niggas, be somebody. As for hands, I won't even give them advice anymore. They're gonna do what they want.
They do what they want anyway.
You know what I mean?
Dog. I saw a tweet today, and I almost retweeted and commented on it, but I'm just like, nah, they don't need to hear what I need to say. It was a Han tweeting saying, actually, a lot of men don't like makeup. Men prefer women with no makeup. That was
I saw the tweet. I wanted to react as well, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
She said what she said. And I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then I was like, actually, before I comment, let me read the comments because I know what the comments are going to say.
Yeah.
All the hands.
Yeah.
First one, we're not doing it for them. I was like, exactly.
See? Exactly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just like, certain things, I think now I'm also learning now. Gradually, though. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah.
To sometimes be like, okay, nah, it's not worth it. Yeah, because my thing is, when I'm on my zone, I'm like, the first thing that comes to mind when I read the tweet, that's the response. Don't filter it, the first thing that comes to your mind, just that. And that's usually what gets me in hot water.
Yeah.
Most of the time, because like, yo, nigga, shit. You know, either it's funny or it's offensive or whatever. But like, people always feel the type of way about it. So now I just look, I'm like, you know what, dog, it's cool. It's none of my business. I go there now. It's like, you know what, it doesn't concern me. It's okay. Let me relax. Mostly just sometimes shit could find you in a different space and you're like, nah, fuck that, let's go. You know? And unfortunately, Twitter is just that energy entirely.
Yeah, I hate Twitter, dog.
You know?
But we've done a lot on Twitter, man. Consciously and subconsciously, so it doesn't affect. For me, it doesn't. It don't hit the same way.
Here's my thing, dog. We do what we do. Like, a lot of these things have become mechanical. I think that's what people don't understand now. It's like, yo, this is natural now. At this point, it's just like, whatever. And like you say, it doesn't hit the same. It's like it's calculated. Like, you know what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah.
You call it 2-3 weeks before it happens. By the time this episode drops, other shit would have happened, and this will be happening by the time this drops. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, always ahead of the game, always doing what you're supposed to be doing. No flaws.
No flaws.
You know, that's why I call myself flawless, you know. But anyways, that's not the point.
We digress.
You know, it's like, niggas, I think this year, dog, let this be the year of the W's. For the O's.
Yeah.
The O's must just win this year.
I hear that, dog.
But not just us. I'm speaking to all the O's.
In general, bro. O's in general.
This
I think
is
on the next episode, we just reason with the man them and see how we can all
level
up and then do
because that's all we need to do, dog. That's all we need to do. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I think outside of the hand thing, consider the society thing, dog. You have to have an impact and make your impact in the world. You know, we have to need you as a man. As a whole society, we have to need you. There must be certain things that only you can do. And we need you for that.
Yeah. You
know, I think then the byproduct then will be the hands with that shit. Because you're a resourceful man. You're a resource yourself. You know. That's crucial. That's crucial. Now with the mothers, man, hey, just keep doing what you're doing, man. No, honestly, like, I'm at a point where I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to be this guy that's better or that's crazy and telling you what to do, what. You know, do what you like. Also, I'm in a better space because some of these things I have people to bounce it off. Right, so I don't have to save the world. It's not. It could be my duty, but I don't want to do it.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah, so I don't want to save the world. I can just relax. There's people that fuck with my vibe as it is and enjoy it genuinely and crave it. So I'm like, oh, you know what? That's people to focus on.
The right people will gravitate to the content, gravitate to you, gravitate towards your energy. So
That's it. You know what I mean?
Too much, man. You really ain't gotta worry about too much. Man.
So what's in because of that now, I'm more likely then to be an asshole because I'm detached from desiring certain outcomes from socials.
Again, to be a winner, sometimes you gotta be an asshole.
Yeah.
Look at all the winners, bro. Like, if we look at, sister, we don't know some of these people, but based on their interactions on socials and the media, they've got asshole energy. Not that they're assholes.
Yeah.
You know, as a winner, you must have asshole energy.
Yeah, it's the thing with you must always remind people who you are. Shout out to Hope for that wicked reminder.
Sometimes you need
you know what I mean?
To remind these
you gotta
who they effing with.
You gotta, you know. And today's episode wasn't about that, but hey, we did that anyway. You know, yeah, you must remember who you fucking with, man. Because at the end of the day, how you feel about us doesn't change who we are, and it doesn't change what we've done.
It doesn't change who you are as well.
Touché. I think that's the worst part.
Yeah, well, whatever we say or do, whether we win or lose, it doesn't change who you are, bro. It doesn't.
Boys.
You know, so
focus on you.
Yeah, focus on you, bro.
Nah, let's cap it, dog.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I had structured in my mind.
Yeah,
but this was what was necessary at this very point.
We had to get it out the way.
Yeah, we really had to.
We had to get it out the way. So yeah, man, it's the first episode of the year.
Happy New Year, man. Let's progress.
Yes.
Vision.
Yeah. We moved, dog.
My bad. But yeah, man. Happy New Year, y'all. New episode of the Barracks coming out soon. We're back harder this year. Ain't no stopping us. There shouldn't be no stopping you as well.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
We're out here to progress, man, and build each other, you know. And if you ain't down with it, that's cool, man. But find other people to build with as well. You know, have your village. Yep. You know, even if you're going that way, go that way. It's okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, signing out, man. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Done.
Salute.
The Barracks Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.